Okay, this is Prince DJ, your lovable widower. Wow. I mean, it's still very dangerous outside, and I rolled the dice, and I would like to give a key to Big D Country and also a Medal of Honor. Okay? So I'm giving 2 awards for one good deed that span out to several good deeds. And it was, of all people, my Lyft driver. Not only that, she was a Christian. Thank the Lord. She was a Christian. Now, maybe more perfect than me, maybe more perfect than I am, but nonetheless, she was a godsend. And I'll tell you why. So, like having Lyft drivers is a crapshoot. You never know what you're going to get. And I even had drivers that I couldn't even understand what they were saying, and everything like that. And then one driver I had to force to wear a mask, just like if I was in the White House, going to a function. But oh my God, I mean, I was able to tell my story when she got to pick me up to go to the Dollar General, and then the way the map was making that the Dollar General was so far, but yet. I mean, well, typically, regular in the fall, it would be walking distance, but in the heat, no. And especially a dangerous heat. So it's not just no, but hell no. So I was able to get some things, but then, of course, inflation and greedflation showed its ugly head every time I go to the store. So I bought some boxes of ramen noodle, which I had to get to survive because everything else is an arm and a leg and a firstborn child because there was a dollar. There was a dollar each. And because the macaroni and cheese that I like that I usually want to get, they would cost two something at Walmart, and it'll be over what I need. Okay. So, and it wasn't the macaroni and cheese that I have. I do have 2 boxes, but. And then the other boxes that I was getting, there wasn't much because, like I said, it was a budget buster. Yeah, that's right. It was a budget buster. So what I was doing was, even though there's no room in the refrigerator, I could still be able to put them in the microwave and yada yada yada. I could still eat them and try to survive. But now. I still can't eat 3 meals a day. I still have to save some. Probably go over still my potato chips still, but still save some so I can at least have some food put up in my brain, which is my body part. That's supposed to be a cell. Anyway, so I have 9 boxes of ramen noodle, 1 boxes of White Castle burgers in a box. I seen that 5 times fast. Couple of taco, like one of those smaller type taco things. I have 2 boxes of the hot dog corn roll, which is very good as usual. I had 3 boxes and I ate 2 of them already. The chicken, the fast chicken thing, sandwich, and I still got 1. So I had the 2 chicken thing and the ramen noodles, couple of ramen noodles as the first meal because I was freaking starving. It was 8 days of hell. 8 days. And then I had to go in the heat the rest of my life. But like I said, thankfully to an angel, okay? I'm going to call her what she is. I'm going to call her an angel, okay? She was praying for me. She was praying that I get able to get rid of my mental condition and all that stuff. Because she knew I live off of prayer. She knew I live off of prayer. I was like, how did you know that? How did you know I live off prayer? Oh my God. Oh my God. And yes, I did tell her. She did laugh a little bit. I thought I did the classic when I told ladies that I usually like especially things that I usually tell couples distorted. I told her, where were you when they was handing out wives? And she did laugh. She did laugh. And so she not only now she didn't have to do what she did. Now, mind you, she's a Christian, and she even prayed for me. She even prayed for me when we was coming out of the store. I don't think any Uber driver or Lyft driver has ever done that. Well, maybe one. I take that back. It was probably one when I was in one of my trips. But, I mean, that meant a lot. That really meant a lot to me because I almost nearly died a couple of times. Almost nearly died. That meant a lot. And like I said, I'm not a perfect Christian. I still curse when I'm mad because I had to. These are my dreams and goals that I'm talking about here. And I'm trying to live, since I'm stuck here. I can't even go to another country because, our country is not for the poor anymore. It's not for the disabled and veterans. It's now only for the rich and corporations and for the politicians themselves who also help other countries. Except help us when we need it. So, but make the long story short, so she helped me, she was helping me get some stuff. And then she even helped me with the other half. I paid for the first half with my $23 in food stamps. I paid that half. And then she paid whatever was left and everything like that. She paid whatever was left. I tell you, inflation, reflation, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous. So, oh my God. And I did also get some drinks as well, so I don't have to use the drink mix just a tad bit yet. But it's still hot. I mean, it goes until like 8 or 9 o'clock, whatever the hell it ends with this excessive heat advisory. Then it's just a tad little cool down. Still going to be high 90s, but it's going to be just the regular dry heat. But still. But then we got to pay for it because it's going to be raining. So I still can't go outside. I failed. I failed my preparation for August. Epic fail. I am debating about either moving to Galveston either before podcast movement or after podcast movement. But I can't do it now because I got to do my talk on how to survive a loss of a co-host on your show, in case your family member was a co-host and anything like that. I want to share to the people how I got, it's still hard, but I want to tell them how I'm coping with it, okay? So I want to tell them how I'm coping with it. And I just got the word that I'm going to be speaking on that, and I'm going to be taking a few days to do the slide because I want to do it really nice. And then I want to do the video, and they told me that I could send the link to the videos. Obviously, I could put it up on YouTube, and then they also going to put it up on Podcast Movement University, which is really good, I appreciate that. And then they also going to have me give me an upgraded ticket so that I could also get the recording as well. And I appreciate that. So all I have to do now is just get there, get to the hotel, get the podcast, Podfest, and party on. A podcast movement, yeah, I said that, and party on, and all that good stuff. And then I also want to support, like I've always been doing. I also want to support the other fellow speakers, and also hopefully get an interview with them on my show. Of course, as you know, I will be covering Podcast Movement from the Mile High City in Denver, starting on the 21st through the 24th. So the Big D Zone will be covering it. So, she was a lifesaver. I mean, she was all upbeat. She was all happy like that. I mean, well, it's easy for her. She's just, she got a job that she working, and she, the car is air conditioned, so she never had to leave the car. She don't want to. So, you know what? She did. You know what? She told me I didn't have to give her a tip. I told her I really wanted to give her a tip because she was so nice to me and she helped me out. Yada yada yada. And she told me I didn't have to do that, but I said, "Oh, what the hell? I'm doing it anyway." I mean, she was so nice, and oh god, I mean, she was so beautiful. Oh my god, oh my god. But wow. But other than that, yeah, she definitely get. I wish I would have got her name, but she definitely get um the keys to Big D Country, and also she is going to be getting the Medal of Honor, especially for doing all that. Because I had no clue that she was going to do all that, none at all. So what a godsend. And then on top of that, she told me that my late wife, you know, because I told her that I'm a widower, yada yada yada. She told me that my late wife was watching over me, which I believe so. After all that craziness, and especially the fact that I almost died a couple of times. Especially in the middle of this weather, I almost died a couple of times. Goodness gracious. Anyway, so whether I get the games at GSP tonight or whether I make it another day, because I got a risk, I had to be outside in this damn heat. Oh, another thing that I want to tell you, I cannot get Medicaid this year only because I got a letter. Okay. Now, mind you, I was getting $750 a month for the blind pension in Missouri, right? So I was trying to get a couple of investments. Okay, so before I was going to move out of St. Louis, Missouri, I wanted to do a couple of investments, and of course, go to podcast movement. But I wanted to get a couple of investments. I wanted that money to work for me before I, let them know that I move. Okay. Because once I move, I lose that blind pension. I will lose what I have. Okay. And I would all be stuck for just disability. And I want to, and this is what I'm telling her, this is a different state. Okay. I don't think Texas have a blind pension. I was looking, I was researching. I was like, well, does Texas have a blind pension? Nope. Nowhere. It doesn't have a blind pension. Okay. So my best option is to probably see if I could get in on SSI in Texas. Probably. Well, I don't know how I'm going to do that because the phones is always usually be busy. But maybe in the fall I could probably see if I could get SSI. And because SSI's recipients really have been getting a windfall. Sometimes they was getting 2 checks and all like that. I was like, what? You have to get 2 checks? So everything was just for SSI. Everything was just for the kids. Everything was just for the married. I was like, what the cat? Come on! So I can't let go of this money just yet. So I got this letter saying effective July 1st, 2023, the blind pension and supplemental aid to the blind grant in Missouri is being increased by $39 per month to a maximum grant of $789. $789. Okay. And it was said the information below pertaining to your previous level in Mo HealthNet. Repeat, Mo HealthNet, not Texas, Mo HealthNet. So I was usually getting $750 a month for blind and supplemental aid, and now I will be getting $789. I could still do some investment. I don't want to start giving to the other Medicaid. Probably until sometime next year. Maybe hopefully next May or something like that, if any. Next May, hopefully. And then I probably would be, if I'm not in the Florida Keys, if I don't stay here in Texas, but maybe I could go to Galveston because there's a woman house in Galveston, and of course, I could be very, 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 very close to. Now, even though I'll be further away from the airports, but I'll be really closer to the cruise ships. Okay, so if I wanted to cruise on my birthday, whammo, yeah, and I can take advantage of that. And then I could say the fact that I could live on the island, even though I could get dealt with the hurricanes and all that stuff, but still, hey, I'm on the DNR. I am on the DNR, y'all. Because what this world is absolutely doing, and the corrupt politics of what we just seeing right now, absolutely sucks. Anyway, so I'm in the DNR anyway, and I will stay on that island, hurricane or not. I will not evacuate. No, not even in the tsunami. I will not evacuate. If you want to get me. I don't care. I don't even want to be a senior in the first place, because seniors are right now being forgotten, just like the veterans and the poor. I mean, the middle class is okay because they got jobs and stuff like that, and they probably have money saved up. They probably have 3 to 6 month emergency savings. Like, oh, you gotta have 3 to 6 month emergency saving, which I don't have that. I'm not allowed to do that. So, but I could be moving to Galveston. If I do move, I could be moving to Galveston. If not, probably in July, because I want to do that before August, or I can remain here and then wait till maybe September, maybe October. I don't know. Because if I can't get my ID on July 3rd, because it might be still hot, and after the cool down tomorrow, it's going to be back to the very, very high heat next weekend. Yeah, you heard me right. It's going to be back to the very, very high heat next weekend. It is ridiculous. So no, I am not giving up my $7.89. Not yet. I won't be doing that until next May, if any. If I had all my investment right and work it so they could work to my advantage, okay, then I could go to the other Medicare. No, not Medicare, Medicaid in Texas. Not to then. Because once I told Texas to apply me for food stamps and Medicaid, I had to check that box. I must check that box to say, did I receive Medicaid and food stamps from another state? I must say yes. Okay? Then what will happen? They will investigate. They will find out when I get Medicaid in Missouri, and they will see that. And then once they turn that over, it's bye bye $7.89. Bye bye. So that's why I am not going to do anything until 2024, and I could be looking into a move in Galveston. It's still in a part of Houston, still in the Houston area, but like I said, I may be further away from the airports, the bush and the hobby. But the fact of the matter is, I gotta stay out at least further away a little bit of the excessive heat. Even though they are humid, but it's a little bit less in Houston. I mean, in Galveston than in Houston. So, thank God. Thank God. That Lyft driver. Oh, and I forgot to tell you. I was talking about living on a prayer And I told her that I said that Bon Jovi song, "Living in a Prayer," is whole true because I am living on a prayer. She played that song on the way back. This was like me on WWE. I was like, oh God, why that I did not marry her? Why I did not marry her is beyond me. Oh my God. But then again, obviously she probably could be taken, of course. Beautiful girl like that, beautiful personality like that, obviously she's probably taken. She actually played John Bon Jovi "Living on a Prayer" on the way back like this was WWE. I was like, oh my God, what the cat is she doing? I felt like I was going into a WWE ring coming back into Second Palace. All that ride was so fun. That was so fun. Whoever you are, man, I don't know if you listen to the podcast, but whoever you are, you were a godsend. And that's what I'm gonna call this podcast. The angel was a godsend. That's what you are. That's who you are. You're an angel and you're a godsend. Thank you. Thank you.